Yeah, they don't get what they're like. Far too many women like her like kids. They're gonna just beat you down. I'm just keep asking you, keep asking. I'm keep asking. I'm keep asking. I can't see you, Ash. So you can't. I can't. You can't be seen. You can't get on. I mean, you got to admit, it's like when I made the point of, wait a minute, you got 3 kids, 38, go on about your life and do something else. See, I think it's funny that so many of our women just are just in the gossip, just gossiping. I mean, hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. How
Sorry,
old are you?
I'm 27.
All right. What do you got for me?
Well, first of all, I definitely came across your videos with clips, and at first I was just like, oh no, I don't know how I feel about this. But I started watching more of your videos, and one of the things that stuck out to me was um, you're making room for women to just be able to exist in their feminine and just being okay with that, which I hadn't had before. So I think as I watch more of your videos, I like obviously don't agree with everything, but that was definitely something that stuck out to me. And I just wanted to honestly come on here and say that, like, I think I've given myself permission to actually say what I want and not feel bad because maybe somebody can't give it to me or they're not existing in their feminine or whatever have you. So um
You can say what you want from a relationship.
yes, a
Okay.
relationship, how I want to move in a relationship, how I want to exist in the world.
Okay.
Because I think before
And how is
I
that?
honestly being submissive, being like, I think raised by women who didn't get to exist that way, they instilled in me to like go
They,
out and
they
be
did not.
independent.
Hold on. I want to be clear. They did
Yeah.
not get to exist that way.
Yes, that's correct. They
Why
had to
did
be.
why didn't they get to exist that way?
Honestly, just life experiences. They had to step up and like my mom's the breadwinner. Even I want to say my grandma is too.
Was your
So
mother married to your father?
no, she was
Okay, so
not.
okay, see what I'm
But
trying to understand is you say they did not get to exist that way, and I don't understand what you mean. I think they chose not to have that kind of existence.
I think just listening to my mom's story, she did, and
She did or
um,
did not. She did choose or did
she
not choose.
did at first, and then
Hmm.
she had to move more into like being like the sole breadwinner. She got remarried when I was like 9 or like
Okay.
I think I was 9, and
Well,
she existed in
I
that.
guess the exception I take is when I hear women say, "I want to have this because the other women previously didn't have the option," and I don't. We were married at a rate of 80% prior to 1965.
Right.
Women, black women have always had the options to be wives if they wanted to be wives. Most women choosing not to be wives. I'm 52 years old. My mother's generation, those women, a lot of those women actively fought against marriage,
Right.
but they had the babies.
Right. And with with them choosing that path, they had to be out and like working and doing all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff that honestly I'm
Okay.
not too keen on doing. So
See you,
I
Monique.
think I like early on in my relationships, like when I was in my early 20s, I was like,
Well, let me
no,
say, do you want to be married?
yes,
Do you have any children?
no,
Do you want any children?
yes,
How many would you like to have?
two,
And by what age would you like to be married?
29, 30.
Are you dating anybody?
Danger Zone!
Are you dating
Uh,
anybody right now that's seriously vetting you to be a wife?
not anymore.
Okay, so what's the likelihood that you'll be married by 29? Percentage chance. What do you give it?
No idea.
Well, you got to have an idea.
Just
Nope, you got to have an idea. That's the danger zone. You got to
honestly,
have
I
an
think
idea.
I honestly think it's like 50-50 by right now.
Okay. All right. So, what month is your birthday?
November.
So you'll be 28 in November.
Yes.
So that means, ma'am, in less than 13 months, you want to be married. 29 will be next November after next. See, this is where
Yeah.
you ladies tend to fall apart. You have the idea, but then the practicality. All right, if you want to be married by 29, and you're not involved with anybody that's actively vetting you to be a wife, you gotta start putting some parameters on this stuff. You gotta put it on the calendar. This is why that one woman said, I don't want to say this. You gotta say it because when you look at it,
Right.
you gotta move that way.
No, that's absolutely right. Because before I was just like, oh, well, I'll figure it out.
Well,
And I didn't
that's
really
how many
have,
women are. They'll figure it out, but you don't get to figure that out. We decide who gets married.
right. And I think before just watching your channel and watching some of your shows, I don't think I was, I don't think I was confident enough to say that um, because it'd been instilled in me to get my own degree, not worry about stuff, like not
Right,
worry
you
about that.
get your degree,
Because,
but
right.
ultimately you're in the danger zone. And I say the danger zone is between 27 and 35, where you need to focus like a laser on the outcomes you want. And anybody in that time, you need to start focusing because once you get past 35, then you get pressured because geriatric pregnancy is set in. Over 35 age women are pressured. They're under tremendous pressure because they blew 25 to 30.
Yeah.
Hold on, Jamil. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on just a second. I see Monique in here. I'm going to get back to you in just a second. Monique, hello. Monique, I still see you, Ash. You can stay there.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you? Hello.
Good.
Oh, wait.
How
I'm
old are you?
doing well, sir. How are you?
How old are you?
Can you hear me fine?
There's a delay. So how old are you?
I'm 31.
All right. So what is the issue?
31.
Okay, there's a delay here. I don't know why. What's the issue? All right.
Um,
There's a
my
delay.
issue is there's a delay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I can see that.
Do you have me on Bluetooth or something?
Can you see me fine at least?
Do you have me on Bluetooth?
No.
All right. You're gonna have to come back when you have your headset or something in. Toya, you come up next. Hello.
I'm up. Hey,
Hi. Hello. How old are you?
I'm up. 38. I'm 38. I'm up. Hey.
Y'all got to turn all the YouTube stuff off in the background. This is why y'all are being looped. This is why I can't hear you. Hello, Jamila.
Yes, can you
How
hear
are
me?
you? I can. How are you?
I'm well.
What? How old are you?
29.
What do you got? What do you got for me? What's going on?
Okay. Kevin, I love you. I'm not a critic. I really just have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Um, so for the women that don't want those high value men, women
Mm-hmm.
that just want average guys,
Mm-hmm.
I guess my question would be, how come the average guys won't accept the fat girls? If we got to accept men under 5'9", under 6 feet, average earners, how come they won't consider the fat girl to wife her?
Because being fat isn't normal. Normal and average aren't the same thing.
But for like the black community, for like you
No,
said,
no,
80.
no, no. Listen to what I'm saying. Average and normal aren't the same thing. Look at it. Go back in your family album and look at your grandmother and your great grandmother. Those women were average, normal women, and they were fit and thin. Google black women in the 50s and 40s. That's what you're supposed to look like. Just because in our community, because black women have allowed themselves to get fat, doesn't mean average men have to settle for it because it's now normal.
I understand what you're saying. I accept it. I guess my
It's
next
not,
question.
it's because it's not healthy, it's
Mhm.
not preferable, and men are visual. Men, in order for the things to work right, men must be physically attractive. And you aside, I've looked at women who I could pull up pictures with thin men and women who no good God world should they have a bikini on, much less a two-piece. Okay, what's the next question?
Um, so since men are so visual, are all of these men with six packs and they're completely fit?
It doesn't matter. See what you're doing, ma'am, is you're trying to make an equivalency. I'm accepting you as a normal average earning man, and you're not in shape. And the problem is the men are not overweight to the extent the women are. White men, Asian men, Hispanic men, Middle Eastern men who are average earners do not have to accept overweight and obese women as the norm. They get to pick from women who are physically fit because you know why? Because the women in those races want to please their men. They don't feel like they are settling for an average man. They feel like an average man is worth having and worth being fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, and submissive for. Our women, because if you don't get a black man, you're not getting a white one, a Hispanic one, Asian, Middle Eastern, or other. They're not accepting large women as the norm. Do you believe that?
Yes.
So my
But
question
I
to you,
only date black men.
so my question is, how old are you again?
29.
My question is, why don't you just get fit?
When you're in that reproductive age, you have some women are faced with medical issues that make it difficult to lose weight.
Ma'am, due respect, that's not the norm. It's no different than thyroid or anything else. It's not the norm. It's diet and exercise and discipline.
Discipline. Mm-hmm.
So, are you saying that the women you're talking about are incapable of living a fit lifestyle?
Not incapable.
Right,
It's just
because all they have to do is look in their ancestral tree and look at their grandmothers and aunts, and that's their capability.
can I make a comment to that about the women of the past? Or
Yeah, but you can also, but before you do that, also understand women of the past had husbands.
right.
Go ahead.
Do you think a lot of those women weren't as large as we are today because they didn't have processed foods? They grew like they had their own gardens. A lot of them grew their own vegetables.
Sure,
Like, you know,
sure. They had access to better foods, but the bottom line is men don't care. Men want the outcome, just like women really don't care how you provide as long as it's secure and for the most part legal.
so are you saying there's no hope for anybody over a size 4?
I'm saying that you give yourself less hope by being unfit. And I don't understand why single, childless women would rather put themselves at a lower percentage chance of having success rather than living a healthy lifestyle. You're choosing to put yourself in a lower percentage outcome. Then you can't complain if you don't win.
Absolutely. I mean, this is all new information. I'm from
Really?
Milwaukee, so we weren't taught these things.
You now that's where I bristle. Black men have been telling black women to lose weight my entire life. Black men have been asking black women to be nice and wear your own hair and be childless my entire life. And I'm from Oklahoma. So I know if it was in Oklahoma, it got to Wisconsin.
To be nice, yes. But I didn't
I
have no
think
brothers.
I think you guys heard it because I know I heard it as a boy. I think you guys just dismissed it because honestly, because somebody's willing to have sex with it. That's the common denominator. You talk to most overweight women and they will tell you somebody's hit it, and that is a particularly ridiculously low standard because someone will have sex with you cannot be the standard. And at 29, a man would have to say, look, if I were to get with you right now and marry you, you're going to put on 30 to 50 pounds of baby weight. The chances of you losing that weight are slim to none. That means if we have 2 kids, 3 kids, every child is going to put that 30 to 50 pounds on you. That means after the 3 kids, you're going to be about 70 pounds larger, 40 to 70 pounds larger. It's easier just to be I would say this to black women. Lose weight and prove me wrong. But see, what I'm saying, it comes too late for many of black women because so many black women are too far gone. So it's like, well, damn, I got to do all that just to get a chance. Well,
I feel like I'm 29. Like, I want to be married by 30. Like, so I feel like this information is, I wish I would have knew it years ago.
okay. Were your mother and father married?
No,
Was your mother overweight?
no.
And so,
Well, not to me. I don't think she's overweight. Like, she's never had a stomach. But
how tall is she?
I don't know. She's taller than me. I don't know anything about her weight.
I mean, can you guys wear the same clothes?
Her clothes are smaller than mine.
All right. So your mother never talked to you about your weight?
No, the women in my family, like my late grandmother, she told me, accept the way God made you. You know?
Fucking rages. So they just fed you and let you go.
Yeah,
But when you
when
went
my
to did you
stepdad,
go?
like, food is a love
Okay,
language.
let's talk about this. Stepdad, he has to say that. So did you go to a black elementary or high school?
Yes.
So all the girls in there look like you.
No, but like a lot of my friends would be like, oh, you're not really like fat. Like, you're not
Right,
sloppy.
but they all look like you. And black women will often tell each other that. Did you go to college?
Yes.
When you went to college, you saw how different you looked. Unless you went to HBCU, you went to a predominantly white institution,
Yes.
you saw non-black women your age were much thinner.
Yes.
And
But
that's
they also eat salads every day. Like, we
that's
didn't
what
grow
you
up.
should be eating salad. Ma'am, stop. That's the problem right there. You just talked about it. The women, the older unmarried women lie to the young women and they just feed you. They feed you to keep you satiated and happy so you're not causing them any problems. Because if you were a kid and they put salad and Brussels sprouts and vegetables, you'd complain, you'd fuss, and you would be more problem. And as a single mother with 3 kids, complaining about a balanced meal is too much stress for one woman. That's why you need a man in the household. So women are giving their kids PlayStations and cupcakes and chips and hot Funyuns. And then you go to school and other girls are getting the same thing you're getting from your mother. And women are telling you, God made you this way, God made you that way. You're looking at popular programming, and all the black women look like you. In school, they look like you. There are no men around. A stepfather can't come in and say, oh my God, she's overweight, because he'll be run out of the house. But then when you leave the comfort of home and go to the real world, university, that's when you, for the first time, see Becky, Marisol, Mylene, Jamila, and you're like, holy shit. And you think something is wrong with them because they're getting up going to the gym before they go to class. You think something's wrong with them. Girl, they crazy. But then you look back after college graduation, in under 3 years, most of these women are married. They're not all married to lawyers and doctors. Men want women who are smaller than them.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, so discipline, because that's what it comes down to. Why aren't there men willing to put us under their discipline? If work out with me, I had an ex. I was like, when we met, I was smaller.
No. I'm going to answer that question. You're not my child. Just like you ain't willing to work, just like you're not willing to get with a guy who's making minimum wage and build with him up. You don't want no build-a-boo. Men should not have to come into a woman that's a project. You should already be fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, ready to go to help
Dang, I can't
support
hear
him.
you.
You should already be fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, ready to go.
I can't hear you, Kevin.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, there you go.
I said you should already be fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, ready to go. Black men should not and do not have to take on a project in a single black woman. That is a liability. No different than if you had to get with a man who's minimum wage and needed to go to college or need to get a trade, right?
Right.
See, everything you're talking about is why shouldn't the men just work with us? Okay, I'm going to ask you a hardcore question. Ready?
Yes.
Why should black men who are not related to you sacrifice a damn thing for you?
Because we sacrifice so much in relationships for black men.
Such as?
I was in a relationship for 6 years. I gave everything.
Was he your husband?
We were engaged, so no, I was still
Okay, well,
single.
that's your fault. Okay, first of all, I call bullshit. You're talking about what you did in a 6-year relationship, and I said black men, not just you.
Okay.
When you meet somebody, what you're basically asking black men is to settle. Y'all don't call it that. Yes, that's what it is, man. Asking black men to settle, asking black men to accept black women in their unfit state is asking them to settle for what they don't want. And I ask you why. And really the answer is you should do it because we're both black. Would you ask a non-black man to accept what you're asking black men to accept?
No, I'll never.
Why?
Consider
I don't care whether you date him or not, man. Just stay focused on the logic of the argument. And I'm using my Thanos glove, okay? I don't care, but I'm gonna use my reality stone. And in this reality, you're attracted to all colors of men equally. Would you ask a non-black man to make any of the exceptions that you're asking black men to make?
Kevin, I would, because I don't see it as a liability.
And that's the problem. We do. And until you ladies understand that it doesn't matter what you see or how you feel, it matters what we want. And if you're not willing to give the men that you want to marry you what they want, they are not going to accept you on your terms. You cannot go to the Mercedes dealership and demand that they accept that you can't afford their vehicle because you're a good driver. You can make the moral case all you want to. I'm a good driver and I make Mercedes look good and I take care of it. The car costs what it costs. And see, y'all are more willing to make this argument than to eat salads, fast, balanced diet, work out. You're 29.
Yeah, I'm already at 30. It's too late. Like,
Well,
I am who I am.
all right. Well, buy a dog and die alone. That's why I said what I said. Either you do what you're going to have to do, or you're going to give men what they want, or you'll be alone.
And this is
So to my critics and detractors who think I'm so hard, I'm trying to help the next ones because this is the outcome of telling women they can have everything and it don't matter. It does. And I refuse to believe that you cannot lose weight.
I mean, not a size 4, Kevin. That's a lot of weight.
How tall are you?
Like 5'3", more than a man.
Okay, ma'am. What dress size are you?
18.
You do know at your frame and your skeletal frame size, a dress size 4 is the normal range.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes. The female skeletal frame of a black woman is no more dense or larger than any other race of women. Your bone density may vary, but it's not enough to make a large difference on the out as far as the dress size. So I'm sorry, but that's what men expect. So what are you trying to say what's the smallest dress size that you can remember you ever being?
Maybe a 12.
And if you got down to a 12, I'm going to assume you would think that's a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
Okay. And it would be. It would be coming from an 18. But you got to put yourself in the position of the man. Why?
Kevin, one more thing.
Why, if there are 2 million more black women than black men, and there are more females than males, why would a suitable, competent, available, heterosexual man who can pick women across the socioeconomic spectrum, not high value, just right here in the middle, why would he get a woman who's a 12 when there are plenty of women who are dress size 2, 4, and 6, who are just as nice as you are, just as friendly as you are? All the things you would say you bring to the table, he can find that in a package that's more suitable. He can only have one, right? He can only have one legal wife, right?
Yes.
Then why would he not pick that? All things being equal.
And those are, he can find nice.
See, that's the problem, man. Yes, he can pick anything he wants at this point. See, that's the problem. You have to, if you're going to bring a weight liability, you have to overperform in other areas. And the thing is, that's the problem. What are you bringing that the men want to compensate for being a weight that they don't want? That's how the world works. So basically what I'm telling you is, you want to give yourself a best shot, you're going to have to do something you haven't done. Lose the weight. Just like a man. If a man wants a woman at a certain level or a certain kind of thing, the world tell him, you got to go out and become valuable. You got to go out and get a job. And see, we're comfortable telling men this. What you're ultimately been told is, God will figure it out, or somebody will accept you, or this or that. It doesn't sound, what it's almost sound to me as though you don't think this is fair.
I just think it's a pretty harsh deal breaker. I mean, men are not perfect, so women are not perfect. I mean,
Well, we got more time than y'all do. This is what happens. You take fathers out of the household. You get women who don't deal with reality. You're 29. You didn't grow up when there were beauty pageants on TV. But we used to have beauty pageants on TV to where women could see what men wanted. We used to have swimsuit competitions and beauty pageants and all this other stuff. But in your generation, we gave eighth place trophies and social promotion. But it doesn't change who human beings are. And at the end of the day, I'm telling you, are you saying there's something that's medically preventing you from getting to a fit weight?
my metabolism is just dormant because of a medical issue. I can't hear you.
Well, I haven't said anything. I'm just saying that. I mean, if it's dormant, man, then you gotta do what you gotta do, man. I don't know what else to say, man. I mean, all is fair in love and war. And here's what's gonna be real harsh. Hold on, all women, hold on. This is gonna be harsh. I need you to hold on. Brace yourself, because this is a reality that men know. Some people just lose. That's where the term spinster comes from. 30% of the men, 30 to 40% of the men on this planet will never have children. Not all men get to reproduce. And we have told women that you all can get it. No, you have to be what they want. So, it may not be what you wanted to hear, but it's the truth.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Toya. Yeah, and I think I let that go because I think what the young sister was saying is true. I want you mothers and you grandmothers who are just feeding your daughters.
Hey everyone, subscribe to my YouTube channel today again. Before I proceed, let's give respect to Kevin Samuels for his good work he has done to the society and for promoting the Black Women Society and the men. First of all, here in our videos, we talk about marriage, feminism, communication skills, and other stuffs in all that. Most especially marriages and divorced ones, the single ones, come here. I think these videos are so educative to you guys because me personally they have helped me to work out myself one way or the other, or to navigate myself, to stand as a person and to work as a person in one way or the other. So we give respect to that fallen legend, Papa Kevin Samuels, because he has more amazing work, and may his work stay forever and may his legacy stay forever. Let's not bury his work because I think he has more educative work and more developmental work, which can help you work out in yourself. Most especially the ladies, we have that tenderness of communication skill. You come to someone and someone is talking to you and you want to back up that person before the person proceeding with the advice they're giving to you. First of all, today we are looking at this lady. First of all, she failed to admit herself. I'm going to say this again. If you want to work on your present, first admit the past and heal from the past. Heal from the past. That's when you will work upon yourself in the present. But if you stay in the denial or the denial world of running away from the present, of running away from the situation that comes across you, then there is no way you're going to sit and just sort yourself out in the society. You're going to live in a denial life. You're going to live in a life whereby you're not sure of what you're going to do. First of all, I like the way Mr. Kevin told her, you have all the things being one, but you should work on your size. I don't know why size becomes a problem, most especially to our society. But if it's an advice to ladies, if you feel like your size is increasing, you can try out gym, you can try out deity. You can try out a lot of deities. You can go and check on them, and you will see how it works. There is even this diet whereby you can skip a meal and eat skip like that, and it also works because me personally, it has helped me out to navigate myself or to work in myself in another way or the other to reduce on the weight. So I think healthiness wise, not even don't do it for man. Even when you're trying gym, try it out for yourself. Don't try it because you're trying it for man. Try it out for yourself. It will help you health wise and to stand for yourself. Because what if you do it for man and again the man fails you or you fail? First of all, before this exercise thing needs commitment. Before you do it for man, it needs you yourself to first sit and be like, my target is to reduce up to here. My target is to do this. My target is to do this. So after working up to yourself, you will look up to yourself inside, then you'll be like, yeah, this is it. So I think this lady needs to first sit and work on herself. She wants to be a house, she wants to get, she's searching for love, as you see, but remember, she's already a single mom or three. First of all, ladies, I don't say I'm talking bad about single mothers. But if you become a single mother for the first time, because I know a lot of ladies do a lot of mistakes for the first time, but if you become a single mother for the first time, make sure you don't become a single mother for the second time. Am I right? If you become a single mother for the first time, make sure you don't become a single mother for the second time. Because, my dear, the more we ladies produce, is the more our value decreases, unless you're with your husband. But in the society, just know you're someone who is 30 with no kid and someone who is 16 with a kid and a single mom. Their values are not the same. Trust me. The one with 30 years no kid have values and standards are high more than this one of 16 with a kid, because you have to first sit and explain to someone, I have a kid, why did you leave the baby daddy, because of this and this. And this one, actually, in simple terms, the society may see her as a virgin even when she is not. But you, the society will judge you as a spoiled person even when you're not spoiled. People judge a lot. So I think if you make a mistake, make sure you rewind them or you retreat them so that you can work on yourself, so that you don't make the mistake for the second time. Hope we are doing well. So today that marks us the commentary of today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let's keep on viewing and let's keep on watching. Thank you so much. Love you. May God bless you.